Starcasting to you from the City of Angels. Hello everyone, I'm Karis. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. This is our astrology for the week beginning Sunday, November 12th through Saturday, November 18th, 2023. Let's journey together with astrology and explore how to connect with the stars, the planets, the energies for our new week ahead. This is a week, everyone, of destiny. Now, as we go along in life, we have free will and choice. Sometimes, though, in life, certain things are in your destiny path. They're meant to be, in other words. People we're supposed to meet, events that are destined to take place, things that seemingly present themselves to us out of the blue. It wasn't planned. You weren't expecting it. This week is that week of destiny, that as you're going along in life, something is going to take place that is meant to be. And we all use the phrase, or have heard the phrase, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Now, what's happening here is, and I'm going to go through this day by day through the whole astrology week ahead, but overall as a scope, through this week, to begin with, we have what's called the nodes of destiny, the north and south node, head of the dragon, tail of the dragon, retrograde. The north node is in Aries right now, the south node is in Libra. Along with the nodes of fate being retrograde, that's the reversal of something happening where it's a destiny. We also have the sun in fixed water Scorpio, making and applying conjunction, coming together with its ruler Mars in Scorpio. The sun and Mars coming together. Along with that, we have the sun and Mars making an opposition to Uranus in Taurus. Your personal world, and we could say the world overall, changes forever as a destiny this week. Am I saying, is the astrology saying that you don't have free will and choice? Of course you do. You're not a robot. You have free will and choice. And are there things that are meant to be? Yes, certain things in life are meant to be. For this Sunday, November 12th, we're starting off the week in what's called the dark balsamic moon phase. This is the phase of the moon with the moon in her fall in fixed water Scorpio. This is the phase of the moon where, think of it as the moon has run out of energy and the light and power of the sun. The moon is getting ready to line up with the sun to receive, at the time of the new moon, the awareness, the consciousness, the power, the energy of the sun. But as we start off Sunday, November 12th, in the dark side of the moon, with the moon making an opposition, that's a separating aspect to Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. And basically what this means is that letting go, releasing things that you thought were of value to you, things that you thought would be there forever, letting go of the emotional imprints, this is the moon, that were never yours to take on and carry to begin with. This moon opposition Jupiter retrograde is saying, enough is enough. You've been carrying this for way too long and you're letting it go at this time. And this includes certain values, concepts, and principles that you've been holding on to. The time before the new moon, when we are in dark balsamic, this is a time to not try to push yourself energetically. Do not try to do too much, take on too much, overfill your plate of tasks and the to-do lists that we all have. This dark balsamic time of the moon is not the time to do that. always, but with these energies and strong Mars energy, the tempers can flare. The anger can be out of control and quite explosive. So listen to your body and your emotions always. You live in your emotional body. That is the moon. And when your body says, shut down, turn it all off, get off social media, rest, sleep the whole day if you want. Do not push yourself or push something or try to push something through. As we begin the week, Sunday, November 12th. Monday, November 13th, we have the new moon in Scorpio at 20 degrees. Now, Scorpio is the sign of regeneration, renewal. Scorpio is the sign that represents something in our life needs to die, be put to rest. Scorpio is the sign of death and regeneration so that the new life can come in. On this day, we have the moon still in Scorpio, making an opposition aspect to Uranus and Taurus, which rules over relationships. Taurus is ruled by Venus. We've got the moon in Scorpio making a conjunction to Mars. This kind of passion, this kind of energy and force, where you do have free will, is how you want to channel that kind of energy and cosmic superpower. You have the power to decide where you are going to channel the moon in Scorpio, which is fixed. It's all or nothing. It's the energy, which is the emotion of fixed water Scorpio. With that Mars in Scorpio, how do you choose to use this power? We can't stop this power, Mars and moon in Scorpio conjunction, but you do have a choice how you want to work with this, channel it. The moon in Scorpio makes a water trine flow to Neptune in Pisces. Now, water is abundance, it's productivity, it's visualization, it's dreaming, it's imagination, it's creativity. This is Neptune in inspirational Pisces. Then we have the sun. This is all on the new moon day, Monday the 13th. Sun in Scorpio makes an opposition to Uranus and Taurus as well. Again, when we look at the opposition, these are separation aspects. Time to say goodbye and separate from something that you have been holding on to way too long. Fixed signs of the zodiac are involved here. Scorpio, Taurus. The moon in Scorpio also makes a sextile aspect to Pluto in Capricorn. Scorpio, which is the sign of death, going down into Hades, which are the fears, the blocks that potentially stop a person from making a decision that is so important on this new moon in Scorpio day, important in the area of what Scorpio rules over, to regenerate, to come back to life, to let certain things go so that the renewal can take place. Later on the 13th, the moon changes signs and moves into mutable fire Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. Sagittarius can have a tendency to not want to take responsibility for something. Sagittarius is fun, it's playful, it's very innocent, it can be very light and adventuresome and let's go have a blast, that kind of feel with Sagittarius. Sagittarius, half horse, half man, is wild and free. Don't fence me in. I want to do what I want to do, sometimes without taking accountability. Well, on this day with the moon in Sagittarius, making a square aspect to Saturn in Pisces, which doesn't play. Saturn in Pisces is saying enough is enough with the avoidance addiction games. So the moon making this square aspect to Saturn in Pisces can be quite coming down to earth, somber feel in the area of you want to play and have fun, moon in Sagittarius, but right now it's time to get very responsible. about what you've been doing in your life. This is for everyone across the board. What you've been doing in your life where you have been avoiding dealing with an addiction issue. And there are many forms of addiction. It's not always the obvious, drugs and alcohol. There are many addictions, to procrastination, to putting things off, to just avoiding, all kinds of addictions where the moon square Saturn is saying, no, stop this now. It's time to stop. This is a part of the nodal reversals that are changing course in the destiny of your life. Tuesday, November 14th, the moon in Sagittarius then makes a conjunction to Mercury in its detriment in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, Mercury in its detriment in Sag is Jupiter ruled. The moon just had that interaction with Saturn in Pisces, which was saying, stop now and take responsibility for the addiction, whatever that is in your life. Then the moon in Sagittarius goes on to meet up with Mercury in Sag, and this combination here is taking the responsibility for all things Sagittarius and Mercury in Sag. What you say, how you say it, how you just blurt things out perhaps, how you say things without thinking about the influence of what it is that you're saying. You can either use the word to elevate, you can use your words to destroy. Sagittarius is also foreign countries, international travel, social media, publicity. Sagittarius is also the higher philosophical concepts and beliefs, religion, theory, all kinds of concepts that are going on in your mind and how you communicate it. Basically, what it is that you're seeing, hearing, speaking, taking in, and then blurting it out. I'm saying blurting because Mercury in Sagittarius is in its detriment. It's too big, too much, going overboard. Unlike a Mercury at home in its home sign of Gemini or Virgo, which is more precise. Let me think this through first. Let me measure what it is to be communicated. The moon conjunct Mercury in Sagittarius it can be like this. You read something and someone told you something and you just believe it very naively because they said so. There is an innocence and a naivete to the sign of Sagittarius that feels like, I'll deal with the consequences later on. Not this week. This week, if you are not careful with what you say, how you say it, what you're believing, what you're reading and hearing, this is a part of the nodal axis in reverse, along with unbelievable energy and power, Sun making and applying conjunction to its ruler, Mars in Scorpio, that can give tremendous energy and power to accomplish a goal. Wednesday, November 15th, we still have the moon in Sagittarius, and the moon in Sagittarius makes a square aspect to Neptune in Pisces. Also, Pisces ruled by Jupiter. Now, the thing about Mercury in its detriment, in the sign of Sag, is that Mercury with Sagittarius can talk and talk and talk. It can be great at sales. It can sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. But Mercury in Sagittarius, making that square to Neptune in Pisces, is also full of baloney. It's malarkey. It's BS. Mercury in Sagittarius is a great BSer. Because of this tie into Neptune and Pisces, that can just be outright lies and deceit. So this is tying into Saturn and Pisces saying, stop now, enough is enough. If you have an addiction or you just can't stop with the Mercury in Sagittarius, with the BS and the lies and the misleading, then this aspect here with the moon making a square to Neptune and Pisces, that is when the lies can come right back at you. And the whole trajectory, the direction of your destiny changes. One of the themes through this week is clearly the nodes of destiny in reverse. Also on November 15th, we have the moon entering its detriment in the sign of Capricorn. Now, Capricorn with the moon there is the furthest away from its natural home placement. The moon is at home in Cancer. Capricorn, moon in Capricorn, is in its exile. It's banished. It's the furthest away. With the moon in Capricorn, pay more attention to your emotional body, which is where you live, how you are connected to the needs and emotions, the sensitivity of the moon. The moon in Capricorn needs comfort. It needs the reassurance that it is home, that there is more than enough, especially in the area of food, which is what the moon rules over. The moon in Capricorn is so busy all the time trying to achieve goals, to feel worthy of being loved, that a reminder this week, right after the new moon in Scorpio, is that to regenerate, to renew, to accomplish the goals that you seek, staying closely connected to your feelings, the moon. I say it all the time. Feed your moon, meaning feed and pay attention to how you're feeling. Your feelings are your feelings. The moon in Capricorn is so far away from its natural home placement. The moon in Capricorn is what? I have needs. What are those? And emotional needs. Pay close attention to how you're feeling, where you may be feeling a sense of lack, there's not enough, and overstock your kitchen so that you feel and have that sense of there's more than enough here. Also with the moon in its detriment in the sign of Capricorn, with the Sun and Mars making an opposition to Uranus, which is the unexpected. These aspects here are the more you feel your feelings and are aware of how you're feeling, the more peacefully, calmly, you will be able to handle the unexpected energies of Sun and Mars in Scorpio, making the opposition to Uranus in Taurus. Sun-Mars opposition Uranus. These cosmic forces are, I didn't see that coming. I wasn't expecting that. This is the planet Uranus. Uranus is explosive. It's separation. It's divorce. It's, again, that thing of destiny that just seemed to come out of the blue. Along with the moon in Capricorn, which is the more in touch you are with yourself and how you are taking care of yourself, self-care, the more effectively you will be able to handle whatever unexpected thing is coming your way this week. Are there changes and unexpected things in life all of the time? Of course there are. That's just part of the daily things that we go through. But when we consider the astrology and all of the things that are supporting the Sun-Mars opposition Uranus, then the energy of the unexpected is heightened, we could say. It's highlighted. Thursday, November 16th, we now begin to see the new baby moon crescent, which takes place about 2.5 days-ish after the exact moment of the new moon. We get to see the beautiful new moon crescent. And this is always such a beautiful and inspiring, magical thing to see, because it represents that the new springtime where there's hope and promise and something new is about to begin. This is always the new moon to second quarter phase of the moon. No matter what time of year we are in, that new moon quarter always corresponds to springtime, where things are fresh and new, filled with hope, promise, new beginning. The innocence of childhood begins anew. This is also the cosmic superpower this week, which is Scorpio is regeneration. It's to renew. Yes, certain things have to go. And yes, this is a shake-up week in the area of certain things have to go suddenly, abruptly perhaps. But the springtime shake-up of this new moon is the process of like something having to finally collapse so that the new regeneration, renewal can take place, and it will. Friday, November 17th, we have the Sun in Scorpio making a water trine flow to Neptune in Pisces. How long are you going to procrastinate making your dream come true? The Sun in Scorpio ruled by Mars. Mars in Scorpio. Trine flow to Neptune in Pisces. Pisces is inspiration. Neptune is the ocean of emotion, which is also energy. You have the power within you to create your life, your dream of life. Always you have that power. The cosmic superpower is putting a highlight for us this week on the truth that you have the ability to create a dream of your life. This is the Sun in Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces. It begins with the first step, taking the action. And the shake-up this week, which I've been referencing, is that finally, you may start taking the action of creating the dream that you would like to live and the feeling that goes with it, which is when you're authentic in your life and your life fits you, when you know your life is right for you. That feeling of satisfaction, being connected to your emotional body, being connected to your authentic self, is a feeling of such surety and confidence that no matter what destiny may bring, you trust yourself. You know whatever the fates may bring, North and South Node in reversal, you know that within yourself, you trust yourself, you're connected to yourself so much that you will deal with or roll with and even get to the point where you welcome unexpected things. When unexpected things happen, that's when you know the universe is arranging things. Something's up here. The universe is working for you. Then you will welcome it instead of suffer and drive yourself crazy over trying to resist the inevitable. Also on Friday, the 17th, November 17th, we have the Sun conjunct Mars. And the Sun conjunct Mars is that force of regeneration. You got there. You stayed the course. You hung in there. You didn't cave on how you feel. Fixed water Scorpio, strong emotions, likes and dislikes. And now that power you have, that new achievement, that new level of personal empowerment is the Sun conjunct Mars in Scorpio. Saturday, November 18th, the moon changes signs and moves into light, airy, rebellious, unique, individuality, freedom, Aquarius. So after the whole scope of this week, where the power, the cosmic power, has been building and building and building, we get to close out the week with the moon in the sign of what is totally unique and individual and different about you, for you. Express it, show it, embrace it, Fixed air Aquarius is also a mindset, an attitude. This is air, the element of air. And because Aquarius is the people, then after you've gone to this new level, new moon regeneration in Scorpio power for yourself, then integrating that with the people, moon in Aquarius, and also having fun with it. It's not taking everything so seriously when we look at Aquarius in the air signs. It's the ability to lighten up, and it's not always so deep all the time. This is how we're ending out the week with the moon entering Aquarius. It's lighter, it's certainly friendlier with Aquarius. It's a great appreciation for all different kinds of people and all of our quirks and things that are different about us, and appreciating it and embracing it. How boring would it be if everybody looked the same, thought the same, had the same opinions and outlooks? It's that variety that makes the spice of life. And this is certainly the moon in Aquarius that has that Aquarian love and tolerance for all different kinds of people in all different cultures. And again, that diversity and the freedom. This is Aquarius. The freedom to be yourself is how we're closing out this most profound week astrologically. Because of the importance of this new moon in Scorpio, I'm going to be recording a separate recording to go through all 12 signs of the zodiac. So look out for that. It will be posted. Thank you so much for being here and listening to The Voice of Astrology. I will see you all in the stars.